An article by Sophie Herdak, published by BBC in 2020, comments on why we must read aloud, even though we're used to reading in silence, imagining the words in our minds, despite the fact that throughout history, reading has been allowed. Reading aloud has been associated to certain situations, like expositions. However, research suggests that reading aloud gives benefits that aren't usually seen, especially in adults, because it helps understand difficult text, it improves our memory, and it strengthens the emotional connection between people. Psychologist Colin MacLeod investigated the influence of reading aloud in terms of memory and realized that words are better remembered when they are read with pronunciations, instead of doing them in silence. This benefit was observed in children and mature adults. It helps improve our memory in any stage of life. MacLeod called it the production effect. When a person pronounces words while reading, their memory works in a more active way and achieves retaining more information than when something is read in silence. Many distinct studies realize that between children of 7 or 8 years old, or adults between 67 and 88 years old, they remember more words than when they were read to them silently. This benefit can be maintained many days after reading, moving the lips without emitting any sounds. Can help memorize things even if the effect is lesser. Also, this upgrade of memory also appears in people with speech difficulties. Reading aloud can also help in detecting memory problems early, because certain cognitive difficulties are more visible with this type of reading. Memory relates words with active and memorable experiences, which facilitates recalling them later, which is called the regeneration and representation effect. Listening to someone else reading stimulates the imagination, personal memories, and a profound comprehension of information, helping organize lived-in experiences. In the case of writers and translators, they read the text aloud to check how they sound and if they carry a good rhythm. Sam Duncan, an investigator, saw that whenever someone reads to others, time, attention, and closeness are transmitted, giving a sensation of company and emotional connection. Then why did humanity go from reading aloud to silent reading? A possible explanation is that the old scribes utilized uniform writing and with time developed more quick and efficient ways. Silent reading allowed following the rhythm of thought with ease, because reading aloud makes one stop to produce sounds, making the process a lot slower. Finally, it can be said that in the past as well as today, people valued two different ways of reading. One that was silent, quick, personal, and even private, and another that was more oral, slower, and expressive, that could make the experience more meaningful and memorable. An oral speech in public. It's an oral presentation with interlocutors to expose ideas, information, feelings, and opinions. It can be a private speech in a normal situation, in an informal manner, improvised and without practice with a single person, and it can be public, meaning it's in front of an audience. Meaning in front of an audience, a group of people, for example, defending theses, debates, etc., which generates certain sensations when it's done for the first time. In both cases, it's important to have correct pronunciation, intonation, language fluidity, and that the interlocutors are interested in the subject. It must be organized with ideas and relevant information in a public speech. The orator must know the subject, have a purpose, give the necessary information, and identify the type of audience, because the receiver can or cannot know the subject. There must be an assigned time frame to expose it and developed with a voice loud enough to be heard. In regards to the personal, in case of a public speech, the dressing, that is, the outfit, must be formal, with a correct posture, emotional control, without any movements that showcase nerves, maintaining visual contact to evaluate the effectiveness of the speech, and know when it's the time to listen to the audience to respond to any possible doubts. The material utilized by the orator must be organized beforehand, in regards to the relation they expect from the audience. in regards to the reaction. Also, they can pivot to elements that can help keep interest and ease the audience's comprehension of the subject. These can range from slides and images to graphs, videos, and etc.